Hello? Hello! Happy Wednesday, everybody, and you're all very welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. We're up near the Himalayas, as we're going to tackle, or at least try to tackle, Mount Everest. Not to mention the airports of Paro and Lukla, because that's not going to be challenging at all. Anyway, I do hope you're all keeping very, very well. We're halfway through the week. It's getting closer. Each day we move forward, it's almost happening. It's almost the weekend before the Christmas weekend. Anyway, we have a plan for this evening. We are on the ground here at Victor Echo 44, also known as Hashimara Airport. It's an Indian Air Force station established in 1962, home of the 101st Squadron of the Indian Air Force, with the latest Dassault Rafale fighter jets, of all things. From here, we're going to ramble over to Paro. Then it's over to Lukla. We're going to try and put the Fireflies to the absolute test. And once we land, we're going to take off again, ramble up the hill, the big hill that is, over Mount Everest. And then we shall come back and try and land over at Lukla, or the place that's going to be dangerous. And we're using live weather, and it's hard to know what's really going to happen. Will the weather hold? Will your piloting skills save you? Or will you succumb to pineapple pizza? They are the questions for this evening. As we try and sort out some stuff. Get rid of the snow there, because it's just not snowing. Or was it dandruff? I don't know. But anyway, it's time to say hello to some peoples who have rambled in. Very nice of you to join us here on the cold, wet, blustery day in Ireland. And we're going to kind of a cold, blustery, might get wet day over this neck of the woods. So big shout out to Alison Johnson's here. She says, hey, good evening. John E is in. He says, baby, it's cold outside. I've got to go. We won't sing it. Scott White is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Dag Grin is here, as is Catbat9. Hello, he says. Scott says, yes, it's very cold outside. Well, for Texas anyway. It's still warmer than here, so we'll take it. Kieran Martin 6 Knots is in the house. He says, I was nearly first. Evening. Good to see you. Andrew Hill has rambled in. Good to see you, my dude. As has Wayland. He says, guten Abend. Val Bro is in the house. He says, hello, Mr. Murphy, and hello, Fireflies. Did he meant to say hello like that? Maybe he did. Who else? BMW E46 is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. As Brian Clark has rambled in. He says, hi Murph, hi all. Looks like a dangerous one. Oh yeah. This is going to be dangerous. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to give it a shot, and we'll have medics on standby. We shall hear that a lot tonight, I reckon. Because as simple as you think it is to land at said airport in Lukla, it's not. I tried it last night to test it, and it crashed and burned. It was awful. So let's see what happens. But who else? Tony Robinson has rambled in. Good to see you, my dude. Spaceman11 is in the house. May the light be with you, he says, and to you, my dude. Catbat9 is here. Namaste, he says. Good to see you, my dude. Who else? Papa Joe B is in the house. He says, snow has arrived in the northeast USA as you're home for a few days. Well, nice and nice. Go on, the snow. I love the snow. Bad Dog has rambled in saying hello, everyone. He's a great dog. Really great dog. Good to see you, Bad Dog. Hope you're keeping very, very well. Rolly Mal 9 is here. He says, hi, everyone. Good to be with you all tonight. Indeed. It's good morning to Rolly, I believe. Hope the weather's doing well, my dude. Be careful watering the grass, or cutting it for that matter. Merlin Flyer has rambled in. Good to see you, my dude. Captain John and co-pilot Pickles is in the house. He says, hello, Murph. I hope today's flight is long, safe, and fun. Very well said. And yes, let's hope it is safe. Very safe. Coley 205 has rambled in along with Flight Darren. It's vertigo time. Indeed. Let's get vertical. Scott White says, good day for flight simming, not to mention other good indoor activities, like cooking or stuff. Who else? Sierra Nile is here. He says, hi all. MSFS Live is watching us over on Twitch. Good to see you, my dude. Peter Pepman is here. He says, hi Murph, how's it going? This is the stream I've been waiting for since I was born. Mount Everest. Totally psyched, or very psyched. Yes. So there's no kind of third party that I'm aware of. There's no third party scenery yet for Mount Everest, but the one and the same, it's decent. And it's high. It's up there. It's very high. So we'll give it a shot and see kind of what happens. But yes, E-Core is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Jan Moorkamp has rambled in. He says, evening, everyone. Just rambled in for the like and to say hi. I sadly don't have the time to stay, as wish everyone a fun flight. See you all on Friday. Well, Jan, many thanks, my dude. And yeah, we'll see you Friday. Rudder Odenbach is in the house. He says, a very good evening from the flight deck in Germany in Stuttgart. I hope you guys are keeping very well. And to you, my dude, happy Wednesday. Where are we at now? There's just people here all over the shop. George Bjorn is in the house. He says, I hope you're well, Two-Tone. Let's fly. Absolutely. Brian Rowell is in the house. He says, hi, Murph, nice to see you. The fun starts here. Disclaimer and alerts. There could be medics on site. So we'll have to wait and see. Dagon says, Murph, sorry I haven't been watching your streams. I've been busy, but, well, I'm here. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you, dude. And many thanks for joining us. Sydney O is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. I hope you're keeping well. Greg Gore has rambled in. He says, howdy, amigos. Randy Hur says, happy Wednesday. Ambitious mission today. It is. We are about to embark upon the Great Crusade, for which it's all going to go terribly pear-shaped and south. But we'll see what happens. Wilhelm is in the house as well. Is it Wilhelm? G-U-I-L-L. Gilheim? I'm butchering the name here. It's just like, and butcher. One, please. But good evening. I hope you're keeping very, very well. Peter Thomas is here, as is Ruben Sutter. Good evening, my dudes. Captain Sickbag has rambled in. Feeling tired this evening, so I'm going to sit this one out. I did the first leg to Paro earlier. Landed okay, but it was a tough one. It's all going to happen. Scotland 737 Project is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're keeping very, very well. E-Core says, hit the thumbs up to Mount Everest. Thumbs up, Mount Everest. Dougal McTavish is here. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're keeping well. Captain Jack Daniels. I nearly said Captain Jack Bangles. But Captain Jack Daniels has rambled in. How could we get that name wrong? John Ambler is here as well. Good to see you, my dude. Who else? Karen Martin 6 Knots says, good evening. Hello. Phil Boardman is here. Good to see you. Tlin H1 is in the house. Technic Al has rambled in. Good to see you. Alison says, the plans I posted are indicative and not fully thought out in relation to specifics of approaches. We're going to put all them approaches out that window, and we're going to wing it and see what happens, because we're going to be dodging all sorts of weather here as well. And depending on your aircraft of choice, well, the ILS just mightn't be ideal. But we won't worry about that. The simulated horror shall befall us. So let's see what happens, shall we? Who else? Now, let me see. Tom LeCrab is here. Good to see you, my dude. He's watching us over on Twitch. Klaus Schmidt is here, as is Jesper Mott. Good to see you, my dudes. Who else? Botzing is here. Happy Wednesday. Jepson 2001 has rambled in, saying, evening, Murph. The missus asked me where Murph is flying tonight. My response, to the top of the world. Literally. Warhamster's in the house. He says, evening all. How's she cutting? It's cutting well. He says, close enough. And many thanks for the donation through Super Chat, my dude. I really do appreciate you. Cheers. Tasty beverage on a Wednesday night. As Warhamster says, how's she cutting? She's cutting well. To the left. Noel K has rambled in saying, evening all, spectating this evening, looking forward to the fun and games. Absolutely. There should be lots of fun and some games. We shall see. Rogers RC 7527 is here. Good to see you, my dude. Lewis Blair, CDN Taz is here. Happy Wednesday. Gregor says, let's land on Everest. We'll give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Wayland says, Paro is doable. Lukla is going to be painful. Oh, it's going to be painful. That's what we're looking forward to. Annalisa is here. She's watching us on Twitch. Hey, Murph, how are you? Sorry I'm late. I got caught up wrapping presents. I love wrapping presents. And then when you see people opening them, it's just like, my work has been destroyed. But yes, good to see it. The Novask is here. Is there any pilot here? Real world pilots? Meh, there could be one or two. But a good question. Flying Scotsman Jim is in the house. Good to see you, Jim. Who else? Jomamu is here. Hi, Murph. Good to see you. And to you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. Rolly Mal says, this is going to be a crazy flight. It is. Now, we need to be careful. Whatever about the approach into Paro, spacing is the key. So you got to space yourself way out. And then when it comes to Lukla, you got to be like miles apart, because you just have to be miles apart. It won't work unless you're like very spread out. So let's wait and see. Draco X RPG is in the house, watching while I'm in my classroom. Say nothing to no one about Anton. If they're asking, tell them you're watching the weather. And you literally are watching the weather. We have Cumulus Stratus and Sirius Maximus formating in the sky. Did you see what I did there? But yes. Anyway, the aircraft of choice. You guessed it, sports fans. We are in the Mooney. Because I like to go back to an aircraft that I'm somewhat familiar with if I'm going to do something ratherly difficult. And I tried to land Lukla last night and I made a hames of it. So that is the plan. So we're on the ground here. We have the multiplayer aspect is already open. As we can see, the people's here in the background. We are on the North Europe server. The airport is Victor Echo 44. You guys are more than welcome to join in. I would just ask that you don't use any custom liveries and don't use any airliners, please. And if you're okay with that, well, sure, I'm okay with you, and we'll get on just fine. So, we're going to power up this machine here, Red Rider. So we're going to get our nav, beacon, recognition lights, and we'll open the vent. It's just out of habit we open the vent. And acknowledge the gadget. Fuel tank is on the left, which is absolutely a-okay. We're going to put our mixture and our prop in. About a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch there on our throttle. Boost pump activated. That's okay. We're going to turn our mags to both. Have a look around. We shall say clear prop. And we'll go for starting the engine. It's alive. Can we hear the majestic sounds of the Mooney? Fly Darren says, kissing, here we go. You and that Mooney. Sydney O says, in the words of Creedence Clearwater Revival, I see bad things arising. I see trouble on the way. Looks like we're in for nasty weather. Yeah, it's just going to be like that. But we'll be grand. We got this. It's fine. Fireflies are, like, we're capable of anything these days. Now, when it comes to altitude, we're anything but safe. So, we are currently at 340 feet-ish off the ground, which is the field elevation. We need to get up to 7,332 feet, which is the landing altitude or the airport elevation for Paro. Oh, this is going to be difficult. So we're going to be going up and away. So we're going to set 12,000 initially, and let's kind of see what happens as we go. Phil Portman says, Murph, are you making a mountain out of a mole? Yes, that is the plan. We'll make a complete and utter hames of it in the true way that we can. So let me see. We shall go to our GPS. It's only a very short flight across here to Paro, but because we have to gain a lot of altitude along the way, well, it's going to be a challenge. So let's see what happens. Peter Carney's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. He says, hi all. Looking forward to seeing the extra 2 feet in height of Everest that was recently discovered. There could be more if we put a little airplane on that. Anyway, my thanks once again to Mrs. Two-Tone for the fantastic writings of the show notes. I feel like an anchorman. You know when they do the... Oh, you can't see it. You know when they do this? And they bang the... Camera goes dark when I do that. You know when they bang their notes and they like shuffle all the papers together? You stay classy, Sandy. Anyway, it's time to say hello and thank you to a lot of people who support the channel in more ways than we say subscribing or liking or following. This bunch of people are members of the Two-Tone Murphy channel, and I would just like to acknowledge them, thank them, and give them a shout out because your generosity is absolutely off the hook, and I'm very, very grateful and generous for all of you peoples, and we'll shout you out. So we have our flight crew. Big shout out to Merlin Flyer, Fly Darren, Peter, Max Shiggity Pilot, Captain Geo, Austin Butenbach, Tyler Park, Rogers RC 7527, Jack Meek, Andy Shaw, Ricky Kelleher, William Contino, John E, Peter Fast Pete 784. I nearly said 70. Did you see what happened there? Demoted Fast Pete by a whole 10 points. Only joking. Peter Fast Pete 84. Tim Middleton, Catbat 9, Red Dragon CYM, Nick Stratford, XL Sugar Daddy, WB 1990, Tarvu Tarvuti, Hal Jor, Bernd Barsh, Papa Joe B, and Ethan Short. Thank you all very much for your continued support, my guys. Ooh. Tasty beverage on a Wednesday. Next up, we have our co-pilots, and a big shout out to Noel K, who's new. Many thanks, Noel. Kingsman9965, Dale Jones, Coley205, Tony Robinson, John Morris, Ludos Regan, John Ambler, Rolly Mal 9, Mark Dyson, Rudiger Odenbach, Dougal McTavish, Oz Flight Simmer, Gibbo Ireland, Chippy A, Madge C888, Sean Leo, The Burko Flyer, Bad Dog, Pilot Peely, Samuel Dye, Patrick Cullen, Brian Spain. You're all fantastic and wonderful, and I thank you. Do you ever get the mixture wrong? Next up, we have the people who watch us on Twitch. I have to be very careful how I say that. Anyway, big shout out to Ibuprofen007, Frugos1, Lukester911, Goodness Ig, MJ Daiso, Cool Sax 98, Hawk Driver 101, Care 85, Samantha, Marty McFly 85, Marty, Annalisa, Colonel Fork 85, Ref Hat 21, Brandon Lowe, Neon Jedi, Big Shot Muffy, Naughty Gnome, Big Ears 60, Andy Brown 7, Quesadilla, Warhamster, and Wayne Prefontaine. Thank you all, and thank you. I hit my microphone, but thank you. Really do appreciate it. Cheers and sláinte. And finally, we have our pilots in command. And a big shout out to Jan Moorkamp, Warhamster, Tortuga Gaming, Dangerous Brian, Daza T Arab, Causeway 04, Cyberman Drew, Annalisa, Colonel Fork 85, Andrew Brown, Scotland 737 Project, Ailerons into Wind, Sticky Rice, Alison Johnson, Scott Voigt, Mark O'Gorman, Flying Scotsman Jim, and Ed Reed. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support, my dudes. Right. We have that out of the way. There's nothing nervous about this flight at all. Many thanks for the cheer, Nighty Night Owl. I appreciate you, my dude. Thank you very, very much. We have, who's here? British Model Airways is here. Good to see you, my dude. Who else rambled in? Someone else. Cyberman Drew is in the house. Good to see you. Make your mind music. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. So welcome all, and welcome all. So we're going to hit the B key to make sure that our barometric pressure is reset. And we'll hit our D key to make sure that our directional indicator is set, which it is. Jump up here to our lightage. We shall turn on our strobes, taxi lights and landing lights. Fuel is on the left tank. Pitot heat. 26 degrees. We probably don't need it just for a while. Ben McClure rambles in. Good to see you, my dude. Right, let's get up and at them. So, parking brake coming off. Add in a small bit of power, and we shall taxi on out as we go for the first stop of the evening. And there's everyone. I reckon there's going to be lots. Lots and lots. Moose Knuckle Life is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. You're very welcome along. Happy Wednesday to you. Would I be right in saying that I saw you over on the Flying Fabio's channel? We caught up with Fabio last night. He was on the official Microsoft Flight Sim Twitch. Such an awesome guy and so knowledgeable. He was in the DA62, and like, I've flown that quite a bit. And when I say flying it, that's like, you know, I hop into it, press some buttons and get going. He flies it. I learned so much in about 20 or 30 minutes of just watching what he does. Fascinating. Fascinating, Captain. But yes. Johnny says, Track IR doesn't like the two-tone Murphy mug. Every time I take a swig, the view suddenly goes straight up. Guess the infrared is bouncing off the bottom. Whoops. Ari Deshansky is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Moose Knuckle Life says, yes, sir, Fabio is an awesome dude. He really is. He really is. So if you guys are unaware, the Flying Fabio, well, if someone wants to put in a link to his channel, but super, super knowledgeable guy, and fantastic streams. He gave us a raid there a couple of weeks ago when we were flying the Blériot. Super nice dude. Abraham Lincoln is here. Try to land on Everest, he says. Oh, there will be no trying. We're going to do it. So we're just going to, don't mind me. let's look down here. Nothing to see here. The immersion is absolutely fine. There's nothing to worry about as we just... Look how everyone's lined up there. Isn't that very nice? And here's Murphy, like, just ploughing through them. Coming through! So yes, let's see what's going to happen here. So we're going to go for one notch of flaps. As we shall turn ourselves onto the active runway. Behind this person here. And when we take off, it's going to be a right-hand pattern. And we'll circle around the field until everyone gets airborne. That is the plan. Captain Jack Daniel says, what airport is this? This is Victor Echo 44. Incredible Gaming's in the house. What airport are you at? It's called... Hang on, we get me notes that were prepared by Mrs. Two-Tone. Hashimara Airport. VE44. It's an Indian Air Force air base, or... yeah. Band Plays in the house says, what plane you got? This is the Coronado Mooney M20 or Ovation. It's a third-party aircraft available in the Microsoft Store. And it's awesome. Keen Lafford has rambled in. Good day to you, sir. He says, why? Hello, hello. Right, so we're pretty much good to go. Got a little heading bug zeroed here. That looks good to me. Jump over to our squawk machine, which is now squawking. And everything else looks good. So lights, flaps, and power coming in. So we have takeoff power is set. Try and keep it on the center line here. Airspeed is alive. There's 60 knots. There's 70. We're getting light now. 75, 80, and it's as easy as that. Positive rate of climb, and it's indicated. Bring our landing gear in. Tap on our toe brake. Stop the wheels from spinning. Nice. So we'll try and maintain runway heading here as we climb. So the mountains are way off to our left-hand side. And they get very big very quick. So bring our flaps in as we are coming up well after 300 feet. But our speed is climbing here as well. So all is looking kind of nice. As I said, there is real-world weather being injected into the sim. I'm using just the default settings, as in the default settings. Aviator Jake has cheered. Many thanks, my dude, for the cheer. Appreciated it. Thank you very much. Ah, tasty. Right, so we're going to deploy our autopilot. If only we had the autopilot out of airplane, wouldn't he be handy? So we're going up to 12,000. Going ahead, arm that. Heading mode. Activate the autopilot. We shall zoom in here, and we'll go for 1,000 feet per minute. We're going to allow everything to kind of stabilize and relax. And we're going to be making a couple of turns here now in a moment. So our first turn is going to bring us over to 180 degrees. And we shall maintain that heading for a moment. Come hither, you slither. About here will do. Scott Voigt says, howdy all. Remember, you can see the airports that are being used by looking in the section just below where it says Two-Tone Murphy. Just take a ramble through the notes. Yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, they're in the description. And you'll see where we're going from. Larson202 is in the house. Is there a tutorial or a stream which tells me how to get the small name tags? Larson, if you ramble over to our Discord, there's a link to them, and there are kind of like read this first notes, and they kind of explain what it is. If you're stuck with anything, just send me a DM on Discord, and I can talk you through it. Peter Prepman says, I'm disappointed at the lack of Santa hat and some festive decorations in your flight studio. Don't go there. I wore me Santa hat the other day, and the heat, I was boiling. But we'll see. We're slowly but gradually getting closer to Christmas. Cyberman Drew says, Murph, are all the streams going to start with multiplayer now? Just trying to plan my future work schedule. No, they won't. It's this one because it's kind of a shorter flight. I said, actually, we better all start together. But some of the other flights, I'll let you know always in the description. But usually the answer would be no. I like to go kind of the first leg just to make sure everything's working. So we're going to go for another right-hand turn all the way over to 270 degrees. That's due west. As we continue our climb here, And so far, so good. Larson says, thanks, Murph. No bother, my dude. Alfie32 is in the house. He says, not been here for a while, but hello again. Good to see you, dude. Abraham Lincoln says, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It is. King Lafford says, 152 days to the Eurovision. Are you excited? Dougal says, my sim crashes on these flights unless setting generic aircraft to on. Yeah. And you know, because of the sheer amount of other aircraft that join us on our crazy adventures, it's probably the reason why. 12 days of Murphmas. Oh dear. Right, anyway, at this stage, I would like all our pilots who are flying with us, do now please press the number 2 on your keyboard so we know who's flying, and sure, we'll jump outside and get some scenery. Hello, Fireflies. We have lots and lots. I'm going to try and count everybody. I might be a few moments. We're up to 45 at the moment, as Flawless has rambled in. Good to see you. Josephine Michaela's in the house. Epic on 60 FPS says, what servers are these? These are the North Europe, my dude. You're very welcome to join us, just no airliners and no custom liveries, please. So we're going to do another right-hand turn, all the way over to 360 degrees, which is about that. So the roars of the Mooney, we're climbing well as we've just passed 7,000 feet. Temperatures and pressures are kind of okay. Oil pressure's a bit high, temperature's a bit high, but we're kind of giving it full pelt here as we climb. And we are achieving a decent rate of knots. Rob Kane's in the house, good to see you. Monkeys is here, good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. Dan has rambled in, happy Wednesday to you, my dude. And Androidicious Sparta has rambled in, good to see you. You're all very welcome along. Many thanks for joining us here this evening. It's Wednesday, we're halfway through the week. It's getting close. We can almost touch the weekend. So this shall be interesting. As I said, we're going over a lot of cloud cover, and to be honest, if the clouds are going to be that bad and we can't see much, we might change it up, you know, and completely break the immersion. Gregor says, the Mooney is way faster than the Bonanza. It is. It absolutely is. But in a good way. Oh, we're starting to see some scenery. Ooh. And we're starting to see some mountains. Yeah, so we'll fly through this for a little bit just to see. We don't have the advantage of a weather radar on this aircraft. You guys might be flying with one, so I might give you an indication of what we can expect ahead of us. We'll see. If it's not going to be great, we'll just kind of, well, we'll move the clouds along somewhere else. We can do that. We have the powers. We are climbing quite nicely here. Absolutely booting it. So we'll do a very small course correction. We're going to head over to 030 degrees. Our plan is to intercept this magenta line and we continue on up to Paro. Now the approach, there's a lot of kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Published approaches into Paro, because it's very dangerous. It's considered, would you believe, one of the most dangerous approaches in the world. Fewer than 24 pilots are certified to land here. It's surrounded by mountains as high as 18,000 feet. So this is going to be fun. The field elevation is 7,332 feet, and we have a choice of runways, either 15 or 33. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen here. I watched a video from, I forget his name. Was it Fly with Chi or something, or Fly with Chi? I think he's huge. He's like millions of subscribers. Anyway, he landed here, he was on an airliner landing here, and like the pilots are like pointing out like different kind of chapels and like temples and whatever on the mountains. And it's so weird because when the aircraft is flying, like the pilots can look out and they have to look up to see the mountains. And like they're already at, I don't know, 15 or 20,000 feet. Absolutely crazy. Murph and a Mankini, this will never get old. Oh dear. There's always one. There always is one. So yes, what do we reckon on the weather, chat? Shall we do a thing to make it do a thing? Although it does look very nice down there, doesn't it? Ruben says, don't turn into one of the wrong valleys between the mountains. We'll have a look at our little VFR map. So we could sneak up this way into the valleys and then come in this way and sneak in. Or we can try and go over the top. Now our current altitude now, we're going to clear pretty much all of this part at the moment. Annalisa says, that's mental. I love flying, but I'm not sure I'd want to fly into that airport. Oh yeah. It could be amazing. So we're at 1 degree Celsius up here. Warhamster reckons cool and crisp. We shall make it so. And in the click of a button, it has become. How is it looking now, sports fans? Scott Border Collie says, what are those goats doing up here in the clouds? I know, right? It does look rather. And one thing we need to do. Yes, I know, Murph, it's touching buttons, but it's okay. You need to come down a smidgen. There we go. Just to make it a little bit clearer. Alison says, what time are you using in the sim? We are currently at 1449. We've reset our barrow. We're currently now at 12,000 feet. It's minus 28 up here. Turn on our little pedo heat. Minus 28, yep. Cyberman Drew says, look at the state of that view. It's absolutely stunning. I couldn't have said it better myself. Lynn Breeze in the house. That makes very little sense. Scott says, love technology. I know, right? Flawless says, there was no new Microsoft Flight Sim for 12 to 14 years, and then Flight Sim 2020 came out. A masterpiece. It really is. Captain Jack Daniel says you need about 13,000 to clear the mountain. Probably. So we're only about 10 minutes away from our first stop. And we do have the Fireflies in tow. This is going to get crazy. This is the cam part. This is like, we're just floating along. And then things are going to start happening. And people are going to start getting scared. And I'm going to start getting nervous. And then things will really start happening. It is beautiful scenery, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. So, Captain Jack reckons 13,000. Well, best never to disagree with Captain Jack Daniels. Anthony reckons 20,000. Ooh. No, he doesn't. Cyberman said, what's the ceiling of this aircraft? And Anthony said 20,000. Very good. Bruce Harris says, are we inbound to VQPR? Yes, we are inbound indeed. Only about 10 minutes out. So far, so good. Want to keep an eye on our fuel here as well, so we'll let it drop another gallon or two and then we'll swap it over to the right-hand tank. As we do. As we need to. Wayland says 13k works. I tried it earlier. Okay, cool. AM says, I like your positivity. I look forward to checking out your content. You have a new subscriber. Well, many thanks, my dude. And happy Wednesday. You're very welcome along. Wally Mal says 14 to 15,000 is okay. Okay. Place your bet. 10, 12, 13 or 15. What do you reckon? What's the prize? Bragging rights. You can be the person to say, yeah, I got it right. This is very much the calm before the storm. We're all just like, it's so beautiful. It's so nice up here. And then when you see the state of where we're going to try and land, you'll be like, huh? Really? Down there? You want to go down there? Fantastic formation flying once again by the Fireflies. You guys do make it look very, very easy. If you look close enough, you can see the many other Fireflies in the distance. So as we're level here, we'll just bring the RPMs down a little bit. Kind of chill everything out. As a Walker 6 has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. Appreciate you. So we're going to go to Nav Mode, which is here. As we reckon we're high enough now at 13,000 feet. Many thanks, Zach Shark, for the subscribe, my dude. You're welcome aboard. Walton says, just drop me off at the top so I can plant my flag. So we have everywhere between 14, 12, 14. Scotland reckons 35,000 feet. 13.5 reckons Belbro. So we shall follow on our GPS onto this magenta line. We're going to swap over to our right-hand tank. So we keep an eye in the Mooney, you're keeping an eye on these guys here. So you have your fuel flow, you have your left tank and right tank, then you're getting your outside air temperature, you're getting your vacuum and your VDC ampage, or you can change that to any reading. I think these guys clip out. Was it left alt? So basically, if you press on the right-hand ALT button, and look closely. See the way the icon has changed, the magnifying glass? If you now press and hold the right hand alternate key, that's the one just beside your spacebar on the right, you can click out the panels and you can drag them down over to other screens if you so wish. Not all of them, only some of them. So we can do the likes of GPS and also some of the radios. Chief Sim Pilot is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. Gregor says, have you got a flag? We should have put a flag up here. We should have put a flag up here. Now, as we're kind of following here, as 65 Polecat has subscribed, many thanks, my dudes. We're feeling the love tonight. As we're flying this direction, we can see a big kind of a tall thing way off in the distance. But the mountains are kind of close. Is anyone else terrified yet? It's getting crazy. We can do some of this music. Yes, that is very fitting of this moment. They kind of just crept up on us, didn't they? There we were, minding our own business, and then all of a sudden, the mountains have appeared. Flying Scotsman Jim says, while we're in the cruise, let's hit the like button. Many thanks, Jim. Loving the motivation. And to all the new people here, you're all very welcome. We live stream, hang on, we'll do a shameless plug outside for the dramatic effect. Something like that. Don't hit the mountains, Murph. Otherwise the whole thing will go out the window. Anyway, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 8 PM Zulu time, right here on Twitch and on YouTube. If you guys like this sort of content, be sure to tip it the thumbs up button. And you might even consider a follow and a subscribe. And we're also over on Discord. Annalisa says, the mountains suddenly appeared and said, hello, hello. Judging on the height of them, I reckon they just appeared and they said something along the lines, pause for effect. That's what they said. Andrew Noble 70 has rambled in saying, hi, Mr. Murph. Hello, Mr. Noble. Happy Wednesday to you, my dude. I hope you're keeping very, very well. We have some frame rate issues. CB Orion 21 has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. It's all happening now. Their Hansi has just subscribed. Many thanks, my dude. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're having a good time so far. We're only about 3 minutes out. So it's over this ridge, and then we shall go for the landing. Annalisa with the Gickner alert. But I think we're okay. This is going to be all sorts of fun and pain. Get the medics ready. Oh, they're ready. They've been briefed beforehand. ESC Lover says, Murph, did you watch the Eurovision movie? I didn't. It's on my to-do list. It's on my to-do list. I have many things on my to-do list, so it'll get done eventually. Heading mode, please. Because that's going to be cutting it close. Scott Foy says, 2-ton Murphy Salvage Company. We buy or scrap airplanes. We're going to need them. Ricky Callagher's in the house. He says, chill flight through the Himalayas. Or the Himalayas. As we were there through the Himalayas, as the Fireflies came across some strange places as they tried to land at a crazy airport. I'm waiting to see the state of the airport. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Now, we have music for this occasion. There we go. Give it a second. It'll do its thing. There be at the runway. Says you. Huh? So, autopilot coming off. Let's see what we can do here. To boldly land where no sane person has landed before. One sudden move, one wrong input, and the whole thing goes into a pile of mess. As Mrs. Two-Tone rambles in, good evening, wifey. Ricky Kelleher says, palm sweating intensifies. This is not the time to get an itchy nose. Dive, dive. We're going to go for the visual approach. There's no way this is documented. Our speed brakes are completely deployed. Are you liking the music? It gives you chills, doesn't it? We've more of it. We're doing something right. We've got ourselves into the valley that I was trying to get us. As we walk through the valleys in the shadow of snow, we realise that we haven't got there yet. More music. It's doing its thing. It's thinking about it. How are we looking? Now remember what I said, guys. Spacing is everything. Give each other plenty of room. If there's 2 or 3, you're going for the same approach. Well, 2 of the 3, just back off, go around. Don't worry, we'll wait for you. Flying Scotsman just says, I can't hear the music from a heartbeat pounding in my head. Epic. Ozymandias is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. Gibbo Ireland has rumbled in. He says, evening all, just lurking tonight. That's okay, my dude. Runway in sight, landing gear deployed. Face cam on for the dramatic effect. Move that to one side so you can see what you're doing, Murph. Speed is good. 1 notch of flaps. Ooh, this is going to be dangerous. They were like the chapels and stuff they were saying. See the ones over there? So, what is going to happen? The music kind of ended right on key. That was handy. You'd swear it was planned that way. Anyway. What an amazing airport. Okay, the music wants to play. Let the man play. We're super high. Easy does it, Murph. Easy does it. There's a notification and we can't see it. Give it a second. There's touchdown. Many thanks, Colonel Fork. Your timing is absolutely epic. We'll add a bit of manual braking here. Slow us right down. The music is a bit kind of, you know, and so it was on this day It was a safe landing at Paro. As we park ourselves in here, beautiful looking airport. This is one of the handcrafted airports available in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it looks rather. Okay. Oh dear, parking brake comes on. This camera is needed. And we shall perch ourselves here. The music completely threw me off. And I can't, like, disable it. It has to do its thing and play. But I think it was nice. It worked. John J. Rambo's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. As, who do we have? Godden and... who's that? Super Saiyan? Uh-oh. HBBN made it, but that poor old divil didn't. The poor old divil, whatever happened to him. Here comes Dougal McTavish. Gregor is down. There's Captain Rudder. It was an instant uh-oh as the Flyboy 1968 arrives. There's WB 1990. Nicely done on the center line. Cater Comet, ooh, but he's okay. He has survived. Kind of, almost. Spaceman 11 is here. There's Papa Joe B. Maybe a difference in elevation. There's Piat 691. There's Jesper, Coley 205, Catbat 9, Big Shot Muffy. Oh, Rogers RC. But he's okay. There's Shaq. Good to see you, my dude. Uncanny Cactus. Cyril Nile. Piggy J-Ro. Keith the Farrell's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. There's Raisin and Benny P. Attempt number 2. Is it Super Saiyan? That's what it looks like. There's Herbie Hair. Oh, it's looking much better now. And they're down. There's Belbro and Wayland. Superb landings. There's Rob 961. HCBR 1100 makes his touchdown. Very nicely done. Moving Pigeon. Go on to Pigeon. Epic on 60 FPS says, can I use a CJ4? Yes, you can. No problem, dude. Merlin Flyer's here. I'm not too sure if a CJ4 is going to be good for a Lukla. Andrew Hill and Tarnish is down. The gas thing is, right, when you fly on your own, you would probably manage so many really good, decent landings. And it's only when you get to here, as Jepson 2001 arrives on the center line. Very nice, my dude. There's 6 knots. It's only when you get to here and the camera's on, it's like, uh-oh. And you know when you know you're doing a bad landing? At least if you're at home alone, it's like, it's grand. You're just like, it's whatever. But then when you do it here as, ooh, Diesel Dan, that was a flare. Nicely done. Godden 77 made it. Keen Laffer says, Murph, I have a question. Did anyone ever call you Spud? No. A little bit, but not much. Scott says, a little Tijuana brass music. Absolutely. More sauces here. Nicely done, my dude. CDN Taz. Nicely done. There's Warhamster. In the rear with the gear. Right in the centre line, very nicely done as Glum Tapestry 126 arrives in the Mooney. So how are we looking? There's Shaq. Fast Pete 84 is inbound. Uh-oh, Shaq. Uh-oh. It's okay. Kind of. Almost. There was butter all over the shop. Says Annalisa. There absolutely was. Johnny says, I think I used up all my good landing karma here. I should have saved some for Lukla. There's Fast Pete 84. Nicely done, my dude. Right in the centre line. Uh-oh, there's someone. Rad Pilot Randy. Flight Aaron says, it was his best yet. Sweet. Warhamster says, don't worry. I knocked that little lamppost over the runway on the way in. USA PR1. Oh, fighting the wind. And he's down. The approach looks clear. So we'll have a quick look at this airport before I gotta restart the sim because it's getting kind of bumpy. So it's one of the handcrafted airports, as I said, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very pretty. Fantastic detail has gone into this place. I'm unsure if it's part of the Standard Deluxe or Premium Deluxe. I think this is one of the Premium Deluxe. I could be wrong. But you can see from the detail, it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? It's just very nice. Actually, look, there's the lads. International Airport. A lot of detail has gone into this one. Scott says there's a lot of fencing. There really is, but look at the detail here. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. All high resolution. 'Tis stunning. How about this way? Have a look at the main terminal building. Even at the windows, look. It's amazing. Incredible detail is right, Jim. Absolutely fantastic. As my shoddy camera skills aren't doing much now for you, so we'll try and slow it down a little bit. So we're going to, we'll have a look around here for a minute or two. And then, as I said, we're going to have to just restart the sim a little bit. That's a wee bit better. Rolly Mal says it's in the standard. Nice. So this airport is included in the standard version of the sim. So one of the most dangerous approaches on the planet. But the reward is absolutely breathtaking scenery. Fantastic job here by Microsoft and the Asobo team. It's epic. The place is completely littered with Fireflies, but it's okay. A litter of fireflies. Sydney O says, a picture of Mr. and Mrs. Two-Tone on display. The size of your man's house. I know, right? I wonder would he have us over for dinner? Just knock on the door. Hello, how are you? We're at the Flying Circus. I'd say they'd be mad to give you tea. I reckon they drink tea up this neck of the woods. Can we have 80 cups of tea, please? Look at the detail here. This is like fantastic. This is pretty much as payware as you can get in terms of scenery and the textures and how they've mapped everything out. And it's out of the box, as it were, in the sim. Uh-oh. We have an emoji for that. Nangulator says, probably not the best airport to get your private ticket. Well, I tell you, talk about a challenging place. You can fly here, I reckon you can pretty much fly anywhere. I have to say now, this place is very nice indeed. The details have gone into down here, look. Superb. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to restart the simulator at the expense of our frames here. We're going to load it back in, and then we're going to head for the crazy place. Jaw-dropping the level of detail. So what do we do here? We need to do this. There we go. And we need to do this. Press that button, and we're going to go back to our main menu. And it's going to say continue. Yes. And we have our music when the music needs to start. And we're going to play this one. And then this one. Hello. We've made it. We're back in the bigger screen. Nicer in here. I can see what's going on. I can see you people better. Flying Scotsman says, wow, I thought this was payware. I know, right? Dougal says, beware of the baggage carts. They're real. They look fantastic. The detail in that place is fantastic. Even says, is this part of the world? Hang on. Is this part of one of the world updates? I don't believe so, no. This is just in the sim as is. Warhamster says, I'm going to take the TBM. I haven't flown it in months. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it anyway. So when it is like, you know, it'd be like, it's because I chose the TBM. That's a smart. I'm going to go for. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for the Mooney. Ah. The scenery for me is fairly basic looking at Ultra. Interesting. Do you have the photogrammetry turned on, my dude? If you go into your settings, go into data, and just double check. Mana says, you're mastering the drone camera. How do you do it? I'm really not, but thank you. I use an Xbox 360 controller, and you can slow. It takes a while to get used to it. It's a very, very powerful camera system, and it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. And you can kind of speed it up and slow it down and stuff. So I would say the controller would be essential for moving the drone camera. Murphy is the voice behind the brains at Mrs. Two-Tone. Fewer than 24 pilots are certified to land here, says Mrs. Two-Tone. And then they're all saying, oh, really? I said it, and they're just like, yeah. Mrs. Two-Tone says it, and everyone says like, Irish Aviator says, lovely layout. The scenery or the scenery? Whoa. We call that scenery. Alison says, it's stunning scenery. It really, really is. Derek is in the house. One of my favourite YouTube channels. Can't wait until I get a stronger CPU to fly with you all. Well, many thanks, my dude. We're looking forward to it. Jepson says, I'm taking lots of holding fuel for this leg. Yep. Never in the history of the Fireflies will we hear a cry for a medic, a scream, or Murphy saying, go around. It's going to be epic. Epic and hilarious. Hilarious in the Himalayas, or the Himalayas. Hilarious Himalayas? Yeah, that could work. Right. Let's see what we can do here in the background. So the airport was VQPR, Paro. There's a lot of planes here. I can't find a parking space. Oh dear. Now, fuel. I would recommend, if you're restarting like I have just done, give yourself a bit of fuel. VNLK. VNLK. Lukla. Which is a 50-minute flight. Oh, I'm already nervous. So we're going to stay with the cool and crisp setting. Tip of the hat to Warhamster. And the time of day shall be now 1500 hours. That's important. Let's see what happens. Mr. Teuton says, I like that. Secretary General. New name for me, Murph. Have you spoken to the Secretary General? Wait till we go to Russia, it'll sound even more impressive. You'll need to speak to the Secretary General. Oh, that was really bad. Hang on, we'll try that again. You'll need to speak with the Secretary... No, I can't do it. I gotta work on that. We're gonna go to Russia soon. We'll be Russian in Russia. Followed by terror. Oh, it's going to be crazy. Was there ever landed a diamond in Lukla? I reckon there will be today. And it meant every bit of that. Bang, slap, wallop. Now, let me see. The sounds will disappear in the sim. I can still talk. And then they'll reappear again. Over there somewhere. Okay. Folks, it's going to get serious. Stuff is about to get real. So we shall very quickly start our machine here. Did you hear that? It hurt as much as it sounded. Lights, and vent. Yes, please. Fuel tank is on the left. That's all okay. So we're going to go mags to both. Clear prop. There, Archie blow. We're kind of high up here now. We're at some, you know, nearly 7,500 feet. Alison said everyone just vanished and then they came back again. Graham Florence is in the house. He says, how do you get the cool and crisp setting? So Graham, it's a add-on from a company called SoFly, and it's called the Weather Preset Pro. If there is one add-on, and I say, and I always mean when I say this, right? I'm very grateful and thankful for all these subscribers and members of the channel that we have, and you know, anything I can get from you guys, I want to put it back into the sim or into the experience, as it were. But don't feel compelled that you have to do it. If you have disposable income, put it into the sim. Get yourself the likes of the Weather Preset Pro from SoFly. It's like $8 or $10. It's absolutely worth it. It's fantastic. It's a whole load of different presets that just load in. They've got something like 50 different presets you can select. Highly recommend it. Plus, you know, there's going to be different aircraft. There's going to be sceneries. There's going to be all this stuff. So take that on board. If you have limited disposable income, don't put it this direction. Keep it yourself and put it into your sim. As a Medic 24 Life has subscribed. Never was there a more important subscribe to the channel. We are going to need your assistance, I reckon, this evening, Medic. So much so, we even have this. AV Life says, where would you find that plane that you were using? Again, it's one of the add-ons. It's a third-party aircraft. It's available in the Microsoft store in the sim. So if you're, boot up Flight Simulator, go into Marketplace, and you'll find it in there. It's developed by Carenado, a Spanish company, who have been making add-ons, aircraft add-ons for flight sims for years. They know what they're at. They always look fantastic. The Mooney, I think it's just a work of art. I think it's brilliant. And it's about $30 of an add-on that you can collect, that you can purchase and then fly. So, altitude. Lukla is at 9,300 feet. We're going to go to 14,000 feet. Nacho Medina is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Waylon says, is there an on-the-fly repair option? I get an error message for my landing gear. Don't know why. What aircraft are you in, my dude? Mr. Teuton says, Murph's romance with the Mooney continues. I sometimes sing to it at night. Virtually. Anyway, enough of me talk. Yous are mad to get to Lukla, I can tell. Right, we're going to fly with Billy No Mates. Pitot heat is on. Yes, we want that. The rest we'll worry about later on. Squawk needs to do squawking things. There, GB. Flight director needs to come on, which it is, and our GPS needs to be activated as well. Dale Jones has rambled in. Good to see you, my dude. Welsh Rugby says, I got my Sherpa whip flying with me just in case. Absolutely. Ali McIntyre is in the house. Good to see you. Medic24 Life says, was randomly scrolling through videos and stumbled upon this lovely place. Don't mind if I stay for a while. Hopefully can join in a flight one day. Well, you'd be more than welcome, my dude. And welcome. Papa Joe is hanging in midair like a chopper. Get to the chopper! You gotta be careful, we're landing! Now, as we did a shameless, disgraceful Arnie impression, it didn't work out quite as I hoped even. My voice overs used to work better with the old microphone because it wasn't as good and it wasn't as clear. Hang on, wait now. Stall the kettle. Where are we going? We're just going straight on, Murph. The Mooney is life. Yes, it is. Pat says highest elevation airport is at 14,472. Now, oh yeah, and how are you? So the plan here is, again, get ourselves airborne. There'll be no autopilot for a while until we clear the mountains. So we need to concentrate. Alaska 559 is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. He says, I have returned as a member once again. Well, Alaska 559, many thanks, my dude. I hope you're keeping very well. Appreciate that, my dude. Happy Wednesday to you.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Many congratulations on your subscriber numbers. I've watched that stream the other day when you hit the super duper number of 1,000. You've more than that now. Congratulations to you. And if you guys don't know who he is, Alaska 559 is a content creator. And if you need to pick up some information on how to fly, for instance, the likes of the Boeing 787 right here in Microsoft Flight Sim, you will learn a lot. So be sure to check him out. Right, now, let's see. 1 notch of flaps, that's going to be important. Our mixture is set to, well, where it is. And with a hope and a bit of a prayer, we're going to try and get vertical here. Every Life says Microsoft Flight Sim is my solution to quarantine and always will be. Absolutely right. Monet says there's no ATC. There kind of is. Hang on. How are you? We're taking off. Roger. Now, see? That was known as HATC. Hilarious in the Himalayas. Right, power coming in. The lights were already on, but there was no one home. Alaska says, I'm addicted to the Airbus now. Don't tell Boeing. You can imagine that. I saw you out the other night. You were with that European. What did you mean by all of this? And then the scene changes and it goes to Airbus. What is this? Why you with the American? You told me everything was for me. And then it goes back to Boeing. You can't have both. It's one or the other. What's the name of the Chinese airline? Not Sukhoi. Do you know the one making all the new... they're similar to Boeing and Airbus. There's a name for them. I think Ryanair put in a couple of orders. I forget the name of them. They're very, very similar to an A320 and also a Boeing 737. Is it Sichuan, is it? Or Sichuan? Effectively making tube liners. Then you'd have to bring them in to the same conversation. Hello, I see you try to make airplanes. Boeing bus, yeah. Bruce Harris says, airplane soap opera, please make it. Could you imagine? And then you have Mooney. The Mooney is the Bill Clinton of the aircraft, I'd say. Hi. You believe anything it says. Who could literally look into the camera and say, I am not here. And you'd believe it. Tupolev, no, they're the Russian lads. Captain John, co-pilot Pickle says, the Sasak, aha. As we continue to climb here. That worked. That piece of music actually worked. It got us. It distracted you while you weren't concentrating on the procedures I was following, which was breaking them all. But it got us airborne. Now we'll play this kind of epic music again because we're surrounded by the mountains. As we're slowly but surely trying to climb. Look at the state of the scenery, though. We saw him. So what we need to do is ramble around this way, minding the mountain to our side. Zoom this guy out. So we're kind of doing all right. So we got 20 on our manifold pressure. RPM is quite high. We can probably start lowering that back now a little bit. We're continuing our climb. As we turn back around where the runway is. And we're going to intercept this magenta line as we continue our climb. We will be rambling out towards the west. We're looking good. Alaska says, Murph, how's the i9 9900K? I'm planning to pick one up. They're good, dude. They're very good. I mean, watch your cooling. I don't know if you're going for an air cooler or a water cooler. Tops94 is now following. Many thanks, my dude. So, yeah, you just got to be careful with the cooler. I use a water cooler on mine. The Corsair I don't know, I something, 100i something. But it's a very good processor. Now, the 10th generation are that little bit better. And price-wise, there's only like 50 or 60 bucks in between them. But the i9 is good. I absolutely recommend it. I went from an i7, what was that, 7700K to this i9, and like the difference is huge. Someone should try an aerobatic trick around your airplane. Yep, they do that from time to time. Now, how's the old climbing going? Well, we're going okay. We'll follow on this valley here for a little bit until we get up high. What do we reckon? 14, was it? I reckon we need more than 14. But we'll keep going and see what happens. We're nowhere near ready to go over that ridge. Let's consult our little VFR map. So to bring up your VFR map, which is this gadget, just hit the V for vector, or victory, but V for vector key. And you can zoom out, and you have a couple of things down here. You have the GPS tracking. So if you're zoomed in here and you're like saying, where's my aircraft? Just click on GPS tracking and it'll hone in or zero in on your aircraft. And then just use the roller ball on your mouse and that'll zoom in and zoom out. See, the Antaz reckons we need 19,000 feet. That's really going to put the Mooney under pressure. We'll give it a bash and see what happens. It'll be grand, right? It'll be fine. Paul White says, or Phil White says, or V for VFR map. Absolutely. Alaska says, the big fans on my case can't get the 10th gen due to the motherboard. I had the i7 9700F, so not the best and no overclocking. It gets to 98 Celsius. Ooh. What sort of a clock speed are you getting? Alison reckons 21,000. Can we do that in the Mooney? What's the Mooney? Is it 24,000 feet? Keith the Farrell says, Murph, the Chinese airline is called Comac C919. Aha. I'm fairly certain Ryanair put in an order for one or two of them.
Hey, good money.
SJ Flight 2 is now following. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're keeping very, very well. As we have some music to play. We're kind of looking okay, but we have to keep our eye on things because it's going to get crazy. AV Life says, I run Microsoft Flight Sim on a mid-range i5. I don't know if I should upgrade, but I know for sure it won't happen anytime soon. It depends what you're trying to do. Like, I mean, my specs are the way they are for two reasons. The main reason is because I wanted to stream Flight Sim. The second reason is, well, I'm into technology. I'm into it. And probably the same reason why Alaska is looking to upgrade, because, well, he is also streaming. So our current altitude now is 13,500 feet. And Alison reckons the Mooney is going to top out at 20,000 and we need 21,000. We're going to be breaking their records tonight. And you're all here to witness it. And if it doesn't happen, we'll just blame someone else. Because we can do that here. Alexa says, streaming, yes, makes a huge impact when the CPU is loaded, so it turns to GPU and eats the frames. Yeah. It's a science, dude. Like, for me, my biggest issue here, I think my only issue here is internet. And I don't think it's my internet connection. I think it's something to do with either Restream or an Ethernet adapter on the PC. It drops every now and again, and it's super annoying. Phil says, Everest is 30,000 feet. Yes, we know. Well, 29,032 feet estimated. But then someone said something about finding an extra 2,000 feet. So once we get to Lukla and land in the Mooney, I'll have to change out of the beloved Mooney. So the airport in which we're heading to, again, many thanks to the, what do we call her? The General Secretary, Mrs. Two-Tone. Lukla was built in 1964, renamed in honour of Sherpa Tanzig Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary, the first people to reach Mount Everest. Hillary supervised the building of the airport. The runway was not paved until 2001, and it is considered the most dangerous airport in the world for more than 20 years. Crazy. Alaska says, homework time, take care, Murph. You take care too, my dude. We will see you soon. Happy flying. Alison says, hypoxia, here we come. Well ahead of you, Alison. We shall turn on oxygen, and we shall... These buttons used to work. They turned them off, but we have oxygen, and it's grand. See, it works. Sound effects provided by yours truly. Anthony says, how do you manage the RPM and the mix in the Ovation? Kind of the same. So you're monitoring your EGT with your mixture. Your RPMs should really be kind of sitting around the 22-ish. They will affect the... It's all to do with like the pitch and whatever else of the prop. Johnny says, after Lukla, you change out of the Mooney, I'll change out of my shorts. Brilliant. Phil White says, my bad, two-tone tight, we're going to fly over. We will. But we're going to land at Lukla first, and then we're going to ramble up to Everest to see can we get over it. Just, you know, let's see what we can see. I wonder, is that the thing in the distance? There's something out the window. That way. SJ Fly says, what server are you on? We are on the North Europe server, my dude. Feel free to join in. For anyone watching, you're more than welcome to join in with us, guys. I would ask, though, no airliners and no custom liveries, please, for they create issues in the sim. Minus 35 below. Yeah, it's we're under pressure even getting up to 15,000 feet here. So we're saying 19. Go ahead and arm that. We're going to pretty much stick on this heading. We'll go heading mode. We'll turn autopilot on. It'll automatically climb at 500. I reckon we'll probably get it up to about 700. And let's just keep an eye on our speeds here, because it's looking dodge. Now we'll play some nice music. Nice music or terrifying music? That kind of works. And will disappear me for a moment. I'm not going far. I'll be right here. You just won't be able to see me, but you'll still hear me. See, I came back. Now I'm going this time. Phil White says, I'm late to the party. Not at all, my dude. Cat says, there's usually some plane wrecks beside the runway. Eek. Okay, Fireflies. We're up against it tonight. The mountains are coming for you. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Look at the shadows on the mountain. Great Co's watching us here on Twitch. What's up? How are you, my dude? I'm genuinely nervous now. I don't want to break my beloved Mooney. And to be, it's just not liking the climb, so we'll lower that to 500 feet per minute as we pass 16,000 feet. Gregor says the Baron's autopilot turns slower than molasses. Captain Jack Daniel says you need 30k. Ooh. Big Shot Muffy says live weather is looking pretty ominous over here. Gregor says, are you leaned? As best we can. Will Devy's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Ryanair are willing to buy 400 Chinese Cormac C919. Passengers are 200-seater. Interesting. Will the Mooney have icing problems at high altitude? It shouldn't have. Like, there's no anti-ice or de-ice facilities on the aircraft. We do, however, have a defroster and a pitot heat. But we're okay. There's no moisture, visible moisture that we can see. Like, we're not getting any icing. So for the moment, I think we're okay. Craigie Baby J is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. Fear or stall? What's the same? Alison says minus 40 at 18,200. Annalisa says, hope you've got your... Hang on. Hope you've your scarf and big coat on, Murph. We're going to need it. Imagine if we open the window here now. Don't press that button, Murph. Colonel Fork says, Murphy, it's cold outside. well, yes, it is. Craigie Baby says, what plane is this? This is the Coronado Mooney M20R. Colonel Fork, we've got to take the Wacko up here when it's released. Graham says, my SR22 wouldn't go over 12k without stalling. Ooh. David Martin says, you can also use your hairdryer to defrost the wings. Look at the absolute state of the view as we're here with the Fireflies. We're going to attempt something crazy tonight. Something we haven't done before. Something we will probably never do again. Until the next time. Peter says, I'd go with Imperial March. Epic on 60 FPS says, what aircraft would you recommend for this trip? The likes of the C208 Caravan, the TBM. We're not doing it again until we do it again. Fly Darren says, this music, I feel like a hero coming home after the war. We've done crazy plenty of times, Murph. We have, but like, this is crazy. I know. Flying in the Himalayas. Colonel Fork 85 says, by the way, where have the last 4 to 5 months gone? I remember being one of the first Twitch subs. Time really does fly. It really does. Like, we got a busy night. Like, we got 207, I think, on YouTube and about 32 on Twitch. It's busy. And my thanks to all for rambling in. TWM Jones says, do a roll. 2 things will happen. TWM Jones. I'll roll and crash, and then I'll spill my drink. You'll laugh, which, fairness, okay, yes, it will be funny for you, but it won't be so much for me. So, I'll hold off on doing the roll for the moment. Let's see, we might get one done later on. Because I'm just trying to concentrate that we can actually get this Mooney to these terrifying heights. Dougal says, eek, 19,000 is very close. You didn't say Himalayas in Attenborough voice. Here, as we look over at the Himalayas, for reasons being, can't really do his voice. I used to be able to do his voice. Annalisa says, instead of doing a roll, there's a ham roll and a flask of tea on the seat beside you. Virtual lunch with a fire extinguisher. How many hours actually are clocked up on this machine here? 37 and a half. Or is it 375? I can't remember how that works. It's a bad accent day for you, perhaps. Yes, yes it is. I've got nothing. 19,000 is stress-free altitude, reckons Sydney. Colonel Fork says it's 37 and a half hours. I feel like, yeah, it's like it almost spent more time in the hangar. So here is 19,000 feet. That's what it looks like. It looks kind of nice out there. Cole says, what a place to put the Hobbs meter. I know, yeah? It's like the absolute Superman eyes. I could have just zoomed in like that instead of, like, you know, crawling back through the plane. Anyway. Never mind me. Now, we need to adjust our course here because we ain't clearing that. But we have a chance of kind of sneaking around the side of it. Do you know what I mean? So we'll go this way a little bit. Ken Lafford says, I was making a sponge cake in school today. It was disastrous. I spent about 45 minutes whisking. Then I couldn't tell the cakes out of the tin. To top it all off, I left my bag in school. Oh dear. An in-flight picnic. I do like the sound of that. Tara says, my synth vision says that one is a no-go. I know, right? It's just kind of, it's Gandalf. You shall not pass. He's just there saying it to us. Scotland 737 project says I'm roughly 330 hours in the Mooney. Ooh. Don't act like you're not impressed. That's a lot of hours, dude. So, we should continue on course. Over to our right fuel tank. About 35 minutes out. Look at the state of that, sports fans. Scott says, in the military we had boxed lunches for flight lunches. Almost always cold fried chicken. Sometimes a sandwich. Travis Harmon is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hello, Murph. Just stopping in. Hope you and yours have a great Christmas. What a beautiful flight today. Well, many thanks, Travis. Many happy returns to you and to yours, my dude. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas. It looks like it is, but I don't think it is. Do a formation flight. We're kind of pretty much in formation as the Fireflies gather round. Valstom is in the house. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday to you. Epic Fool has rambled in. I'm late, he says. Ah, Murphy, be brave and try to skim the mountain. Kane Effort says, I wouldn't be any good with Donald Skian or Gordon Ramsay. Master Gamer's in the house. I just got the game. How do I join? So in the main menu, over to the right hand side, you'll find your gamer tag. Click on your gamer tag. Select the North Europe server. When you've done that, ramble over towards the airport VNLK. You should see a green blob approaching. Click on any of them. In the multiplayer options, you want to select all players. Turn the AI traffic off. If you do want to join us, please don't use any custom liveries and don't use any airliners. And then ramble in. TWM Jones says, try to pronounce my name. Is it Twim Jones? Twam Jones? Tom Jones? Phil White says, just belly flop into the base camp. It'll be grand. Davy Jones? Ooh. The Jones? Tomb Jones. That's unusual. And with that, they break into song and dance. I don't have that cheat. Oh, I should have had the Tom Jones adjacent song. Anyway, where are we? We're over here. Ricky Keller says, not unusual, Jones. Mark Black says, someone just passed you with their landing gear down. So, Mark Black, because of the amount of aircraft that we have, I have to use the generic models. Basically, the sim will just load in as something to represent the aircraft, so it may not be, accurately depicting what's flying. So for the likes of the PC-12 there, that's only loading in a model, and the gear are fixed because it's almost just like a parked aircraft. Travis says, should have flown the Blair. It looks perfect for this terrain. Absolutely. So we're 30 minutes out. So far, so good. I hope. So it's time for well, it's time for an epic plug. An epic plug, a shameless plug rather, as we pass these epic mountains. So if you guys are new here, you're all very welcome along. Don't forget, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 PM Zulu time, right here on YouTube, out over on Twitch. If you guys like this sort of content, I'm sure you might tip it the little tap button that says the thumbs up, or even give a like, follow or subscribe. There's also a link gone into the chat for our Discord. You guys are more than welcome to ramble over. That's where we hang about when we're not on the live stream. As Mouse2222 has rambled in. H1 is here. Good to see you, my guys. Bruce says, is that Everest off to your right? I don't think so, no. It's further on. Peter says, and where are the AI mountain climbers? Man, you broke my immersion. It means nothing. Many thanks, Mark Black. He says, I hit the like button. Phil White says, where did you take off from? So we started our adventure tonight from VE44, Hashimara Airport. It's an Indian Air Force base. And we flew from there over to Paro, which is VQPR. From Paro, we're going to ramble up to Lukla. Once we get landed in Lukla, then we're going to ramble over to Everest to see can we get over it. So we'll have to wait and see. Where do I have to go again in the map, says Master Gamer? So in the map, type in VNLK as the airport, and once the map zooms in on it, provided you're on the North Europe server and you're on all players, just move east until you find like a green blob. You'll see a whole load of little planes. You might have to zoom in a little bit. We're 30 minutes outside of Lukla, so it's about 80 odd nautical miles to the east. And you'll see us, click on one of us, and we should be good to go. The scenery is getting pretty. Murphy Mankini says, Mankini merch. Oh dear. Our frames are getting a little bit choppy, but hopefully it's okay. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Absolutely stunning. Ozymandias says, no climbing this season because of COVID, of course. Absolutely. Jim Jones says, how do I join the game? So if you have the sim, go into your main menu. On the right hand side you'll see your gamer tag. Click on it. A little drop down menu will appear. Select the North Europe server. Then on the map, type in the airport VNLK. That's Victor November Lima Kilo. Once you do that, select all players in the multiplayer options, turn off your AI traffic, and then head east. And you'll find a green blob or multiple little tiny green dots. Click on any of them, and you're in. Ricky Kelleher says, loving the nose diving at the back. Yeah, there's always one. So how is everything behaving? we're pretty much... I nearly have, like, we're at maybe like 10% on the mixture. It's so-so. Our speed is good. It's kind of hopping around there. And we are picking up a little bit of chop, but it should be okay. Now be careful, Murph. Don't go too far in. We're heading over this general direction. We got 76 nautical miles to go, about 25 minutes away from Lukla. To think the scenery is near realistic is mind-blowing. It really is. It looks fantastic. Jamie Hannon Murphy is in the house. Happy Wednesday to you, my dude. He says, nice graphics. They look fantastic, don't they? Now, we have all sorts of lag here, but it's grand. Papa Joe B says, sounds like you need to do a quick tutorial on how to join the group that you could release, or that you could reference new people and save your voice. Yeah. I must do that, Papa Joe B. I'll do it. Well, I think I have a multiplayer tutorial. I'll do another one. Epic on 60 FPS says, is your plane in the standard game? No, this is an add-on aircraft. It's from Carinado. Alison says, what is your CHT at, Murph? 407 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is kind of alright. Now that EGT is wrecking my head. How do we fix that? Target GUI. This is for the Thrustmaster stuff. So if you have the Thrustmaster Warthog, download the target software, because you'll notice that the grey increase decrease slider thingy majiggy, it bounces, so you got to turn up the LED intensity and it fixes it. There we go. There we go. Like, the mixture is almost completely out. Almost completely. Tim John says, I could say I'm Welsh, but my uncle is Irish. You're, well, Irish. Or, Irish? And my nan is also Irish. Cool. So we're here at 19,000 feet, which is a lot. As Sean Scottman has now followed. Many thanks, my dude. You're welcome aboard. Peter Peskov has joined the flight. Nice one, dude. Your man down the road. Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood. Your man down the road. Hello, your man down the road. We all have your man down the road, I think. Yeah, 406 degrees, which is kind of okay. So, minus 42 degrees. Right tank we're still on at a fuel level of 38 gallons. Our fuel flow is 10 gallons per hour. It's almost like it's just chugging along here nicely. For our speed, we'd easily get this to 20,000 feet, but that would be the limit. We'd probably get it to 21,000. As we do have a little bit of chop, this is definitely going to make the landing more difficult. But it's grand. We're totally fine. Like, there's nothing to worry about here at all whatsoever. It's fine. So, a bit of music, please. At 19,000 feet, we can still look up and not see over a mountain. Alison is at 21,000 feet. The Chas Man is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Okay, let's try, I dare say, science. Stephanie Romer has subscribed. Many thanks, Stephanie. You're welcome aboard. As we're going to try and climb to 21,000 feet. Tasman says, you heading to Everest? We're going to go to Lukla first and then Everest. Jamie Hannon Murphy says, flying to Western Airport in Dublin sometime soon. You bet you do. If you check back through some of the videos, Jamie, we've done a few landings at Weston already. But we'll go there again. As we monitor our speed, you join us with the two-tone Murphy Fireflies as we make our way towards the most dangerous airport of them all. If that's not deserving of a screenshot, I don't know what is. The Chasman says, I have a famous relative who I know climbed it before Sir Edmund Hillary. Eesh. Phil White says, how many miles could you get with this plane on a full tank, Murph? I think the range of the Mooney is, I need to remember, I think it's somewhere around the 900 nautical miles or 1,000 nautical miles. I think it's 900. As we're slowly but surely climbing up to flight level 20,000. This is off the hook. Owen 593 has rambled in. Good to see you, my dude. Monkey says, finally getting the hang of the autopilot for the Diamond, Murph. Thanks to your tutorial. Now wish me luck for the landing. You're going to be fine. You've got this. We're all counting on you. Come on, Betsy. You can do it. Fly Darren has a nosebleed. Phil White says, kind of a boring stream, but interesting to know. We can't please everyone, my dude. And this is the calm before the storm. It's just a bit of a trip to enjoy some fantastic scenery. So if you consider it boring, well, that is your opinion. It's probably no different if you're up along like at 30 or 40,000 feet in a tube liner just looking down on clouds. But yeah, each to their own. Daniel Booker is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Phil White says, I was referring to a previous message. Aha. Gotcha. Aviation Simulation is in the house. Look at the scenery. Just look at it. Dougal McTavish says it's the Simwings Santa Express group flight this Saturday, the 19th of December. We are approaching 21,000 feet in our beloved Mooney. Even the Mooney saying, Wendy, I can fly! That's okay, Daniel. He didn't mean us. Phil was referring to a previous message. So I do hope Phil is enjoying the stream. as Aviation Simulation has subscribed. Many thanks, dude. Phil says, you're amazing, Murph. I'm watching Gripped Edge of the Pants stuff. Many thanks, Phil. I appreciate it, my dude. So we're kind of floating along at 21,000 feet. Fly Darren says, I feel like I'm walking along with easy company. Love the music. Avio Man is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're keeping very, very well. The music is kind of up there, isn't it? I thought I had other kind of epic-y kind of music. Epic-y music? Yeah, that kind of works. Whittaker says, Murph, how do we do the parking at Lukla? There's only 6 ramps, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty much squeeze yourself into parking like a can of sardines. As Stoyan Dechev has subscribed. Many thanks, Stoyan. You're very welcome along, my dude. Keith Farrell says, Mammy, look, I can fly. Up, up and away. Dougal, he's flexing now. He says, I'm having to use the flaps in the TBM. Karen Florenza's in the house. Warhamster is reporting a Gikna alert. Scanning. I think we're okay. Look at the state of the view. Colonel Fork says, what happens when the red lever gets pulled out all the way? Two-Tone Murphy cries. Master Gamer says, where are you heading so I can find you easier? We're heading up to Lukla Airport, so it's Victor November Lima Kilo VNLK. Karen says, I wish I had this. Well, we reckon it's about 6 months away from the console release over on Xbox. TIO is in the house. Good to see you, dude. Scott says it gets very, very quiet. Well, bro, is at 23,500. Jamie Hannon says, can you learn me how to fly using the sim? We can. We have our own little flight school over on our Discord, Jamie. Be sure to check it out. We have a lot of helpful peoples who will try to explain things to you as we fly. You probably just rambled in and said, who's the talking voice? How are you? Face cam on for the dramatic effect. So we still got about 15 or 16 minutes, so we'll just kind of chill here for a little bit, because there's mountains ahead of us I don't think we're going to be able to pass. Karen says, can we just admire the mountains? Daniel Booker says, what is your mixture set at, Murph? It's almost completely out. 16% mixture with Allison. It's minus 46 degrees up here. Barrett says, we're doing a flight similar to this yesterday. Sub from me. Many thanks, my dude. Appreciate it. Tim Middleton is in the house. Good to see you. He says, hi Murph, if I recall the approach at Lukla, you won't need too many parking spaces, but there'll be a pile of planes on the cliff before the quays. That's what happened to me yesterday, or last night. I was coming in for an approach, I was like, I totally have this, I'm going to be fine. And there's the subscribe from Barrett, many thanks, my dude. And, you know, I was coming in for the landing, and I was like, this is fine, just, of course I'm going to butter it. No, it was like, come back runway, come back, I went down. Hello darkness, my old friend. Epic Fool says, altitude check, 30,000. I don't know how we're going to get around this ahead of us, but we'll figure it out. John J. Rambo says, hit the wall on landing. The winner gets the worm. Uh-oh. Who be that flying? Hang on, we'll figure it out. TTV Epic EXE. That could be a Cessna, I'd say, is it? Gikna. Hang on, we have a button for that as well. I'm unsure. Is everyone seeing that as an Airbus, or what do we have? TTV, my dude. If you wouldn't mind terribly, would you change it into one of the GA airplanes? If that's okay. It's just we can see the L frame starting to drop, and it gets kind of slow. Bart says, I hope sometime soon, or makes a realistic damage mod for when you crash. Yeah. Big Shot Moddy says, TTV is in a CJ4. That's okay. Then it's totally fine. Yeah, like when it comes to damage, I don't think so. You can certainly get systems damage, and they can probably simulate damage by, you know, looking at charts or looking at a description of the aircraft. If you're going to see visual damage, I doubt it. It's okay. Cancel red alert. Shields down. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. How are we going to figure this one out? So you'll notice we can see kind of valleys. So the best way to do this one is going to be a left turn and scoot around this side and then go in. So we're not going to get over them. There's no point even trying. So we'll go to the left here a little bit, a little smidge, and we're going to go over the that neck of the woods and see what happens. Mrs. Two-Tone says, there is no logs at the end of the runway, but there is a wall. There is a wall. Oh yeah, I hit the wall. I hit the wall. I went taxiing and I hit the wall. The wing clipped the wall and it was just like, we hate to see it. It was a rookie mistake. What about aircraft collisions in multiplayer, says Cyberman? Yeah, again, I don't think so. Brent says, is that Everest to the right? I think it's beyond that again. And that could be over there, actually. That's brilliant. An inverted CRJ. Or CJ4. CRJ, you know what it was. The runway is also known as Wall Street. It absolutely is. Ken Lafford says, I saw a video where a fella 3D printed a stick and throttle for his Xbox controller. Nice. The Chasman says, my dramatic effect was jumping into the flight and seeing a mountain smack dab in front of me. Barrett says, when you fly into Lukla from the front, watch for a decently high ridge on the right. Made a pretty bad mistake with that. Ooh. Johnny says, well, the good news is I don't need to slow down to deploy my flaps. So, how are we going to do this? Naturally, you're going to want to try and be above the runway and land down onto it. The runway slopes up that way, right? So, last night when I tried to do that, we needed more power and we missed the runway. We went below it. The second attempt... Hello. The second attempt was a little bit better. So I might take a very kind of a wide berth and go in somewhat level to it, and then try to land going upwards. It made sense in here before it came out of my face, and it'll be grand. Cyberman says, it doesn't seem very realistic to fly or taxi through other aircraft. Or other... Yeah, I know. But we'll see. Murph, what do I get if I try to land Lukla the reverse direction? Probably a murder, death, kill. Murder, death, kill. It won't turn out great. There's Crompton, just hanging about over there. So the scenery is absolutely off the hook. Like, it's fantastic up here. And we have waited, I don't know, 3 months before going up here. And it was on our list of things to do. We just didn't get around to it. An accident report. A lot of splinters. Jamie Hannon Murphy says, are you a real pilot? No. No, I have a couple of hours in real life in a Cessna 172. Phil White says, have you flown with pilot Emily? No, I haven't actually. I've watched a couple of her streams, alright. Didn't have the chance to fly, but that's crazy. Like, there's tons of other pilots who fly with pilot Emily. Oh dear. Chlindy H1 says, when I took off from VPQR, or QPR, was it VQPR? Anyway, when you took off from Paro, I really miscalculated my initial climb. I nearly smashed into the hillside. That's all part of the fun. And as I said, danger is close. We are just 7 minutes away. Mark Black says, how many are here because you're taking a break from Cyberpunk? I haven't played it yet. I've watched some other people playing it. It does look interesting, but unfortunately not one for this channel to stream. Always be mindful of, well, the little ears and little eyes. We try to keep it a family-friendly place as best we can. You know, within reason, like. Master Gamer says, are you going to Lukla Airport? Yes. Yes, we are. The Mooney's just about doing it. It's good. Big Shot Muffy says, for Lukla, you want to be on the same height as the threshold on approach, then flare up the hill. That's what I was thinking of doing. Yeah. Murph and Mankini, turning on Mankini cam for traumatic effect. Very nice. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Now, one thing I will say to you guys, those of you who are flying with us, we're going to do two things. Firstly, I'm going to talk, and then I need you to do something. So, the first thing is, be very mindful of your spacing when we get to this airport. So, basically, how it looks is this. The airport is situated like this. We shall be landing down here, which is runway 06. Which is runway 06. When you land, it's an uphill struggle to get the aircraft up there. So there's every chance, if you land and stop somewhere on the climb, you won't have power enough in your aircraft to taxi it up there. So just hit the escape key and then let other people land. It's also very important, make sure there is plenty of space. So similar to what we did back over in Quadam River, we're going to use this valley here. And if the approach area is clear, go for it. If it's not clear, just carry on up the valley, over the little river stream blue thing, and then just circle back down again. So we got to make sure not to all land at the same time. Spacing is key. Colonel Fork says, you'll have to take the Typhoon here sometime. Oh yeah. Oh, it's going to happen. Cherub says, Murph, first it was the logs, now regarding Lukla, it's the wall. The wall. The wall. That's going to stick. The wall. Papa Joe B says, just stalled on the threshold of the runway and wrecked the TBM landing gear. Oh well, at least I made it. Spacing is key. And the space bar is a key. John J. Rambo says, going to be great seeing you all landing and parked at Lukla. This is going to be fun. In actual fact, we need some music now to kind of get the juices flowing, if you know what I mean. Danger close. All in all, it's just another plane in the wall. Very good. So we're going to handrail the ridge all the way down and around, and then enter here. That is our plan. Care85 is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Happy Wednesday. John J. Rambo says, Murph, insert a blizzard when they all start arriving. Mr. Dookie Potpie is in the house. Tim Middleton says, we don't need no elevation. It's happening. Fizbin says, in some minutes, the airport will be full of debris. It's going to get crazy. And here, as the craft approach... Anyway, hang on, is this our right turn? No, next one. As the craft approach... Warhamster, I love cheese. I had a big red candle. Papa Joe B says, just wait till you see this place. It's unbelievable. Colonel Fork says, I eat the cheese with the wax. Annalisa says, bricks and logs and cheese. How strange has this stream gotten? Cyberman Drew says, okay, I'm going to jump in for the landings. You guys are killing me with the scenery. Peter Paskov says, you're all behind me, I'm scared. Cheese logs. This is our turn. Okay. Let's try and do this thing. With the added of some rather choppy, laggy frames. So we're going to follow this little ravine thingy here. Don't get cheesy, because this airport has a nice spread. Yep. So our speed brakes are deployed. Oh, it's getting real now. Our temperature's rising. It's getting real. Just another fly in the wall. Oh, dude, Catbat9 says, just as we're about to land, my HDMI cable breaks. Well, blast and drat. We're way too high, so don't worry. We're going to overshoot the runway and then come back. Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? Tail hook down. I gotta stop focusing on the chat. There's too many cheese jokes. This is terrifying. This is like, oh my god. like the utter scene of concentration. Runway in sight. We can't do much about that. This is going to be unreal. And it's bumpy. It's very, very bumpy. Right, so don't be afraid to follow the route I did. That's pretty much what we need you guys to do. So if there's someone already trying to land, as VBV713 has become a part of the scenery. Oh dear. As Warhamster goes in. Here's an angle. Landing gear coming down. Holy moly, Murph. There's the stall. We don't want that. Very careful, please. Are you nervous yet? I'm terrified. We can see a runway. Oh, it's carnage. We're all coming in together. Right, be careful here. It gets very bumpy. Very bumpy. Gently does it. There's touchdown. Breaks out. Well, sports fans, that is how we do that. Don't act like you're not impressed. And with that, bang, slap, bang, wallop. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Up the hill we go. Now, what we need to do is turn the camera on you guys coming in. Oh. And just stop here. Don't act like you're not impressed. That was manky, wasn't it? Yeah, it was manky. Right, okay, so we need to press this button. Now, your man came in a massive thing. Now, bear with us. Now remember, guys, as soon as you get landed, hit the escape key so we can load in the other guy's landing, right? That's going to be important. So I reckon this kind of a camera view, what do you reckon? And we play the with the terrifying music. Uh-oh. There's murder, death, kills happening all over the place. The flyboy, Crompton, is down with a bit of a bounce. Little BB is down. Jasper! Nicely done. Here comes Technic Al. Go on, the pigeon. You can do it. Technical! Technical! Moving pigeon! Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, here comes Jack Daniels. Nicely done. Kind of, almost. Technical. Negative app. No longer moving pigeon. Technical. Negative app is back. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Uh-oh, Pat. It was all going so well. Here he comes again. Go on, you devil. And he's down. Benny B made it. Fantastic. There's Archer coming in. Tarnish 42 is here somewhere. There he is. We can see Rad Pilot Randy. HCBR is down with a bounce. Don't forget to hit escape, guys. Gotta get the other planes to load in. Rad Pilot Randy. There's Botsing on the approach. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No ambulance needed. Just use a hose to wash them off a cliff. Nicely done, Frozen. This is intense. Uh-oh. Remember, guys, be sure to hit the escape key as you try and get everyone else somewhat landed. Ah, Spaceman 11! Oh, it's carnage. This couldn't have gone better. CD and Taz! He has become one with the scenery. Lukla now features a Godden 77 and CD and Taz monument. Tis but a scratch. Walk it off, he'll be fine. Here's 6 knots. Oh, he made it. Very nice. Nicely done, my dude. Epic Fool says, we need a lot more escape keys. You missed me. Oh, dear. Don't forget, guys, as soon as you're landed, hit the escape key. Rethov is down. Crompton says, anyone else need a new pair of undies after that? It'll buff out. That's fine. Kendra's in the house. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. You join us here in the absolute what's going to happen next. The Flyboy 1968. Well, he kind of just disappeared. Let's go this way to see will it load in more. Look at the state of this place. There's just like there's just like name tags like stuck in the scenery. It's just one of them things. Negative app making another attempt. There's Big Shot Maffy. We felt every bit of that, Negative app. There's a go around. Uh-oh. Dougal! Oh, Dougal! Dougal McTavish has inverted his plane. The simulated horror has befallen us. Uh-oh. Ah, poor Dougal. There's Jepson 2001. Sir Niall are down. Nicely done, guys. Who'll be this? Beetle Table. Nice. More sauce. Oh, very nice indeed. WB 1990. Oh, you guys have done this before. Peter says, Murph, I'm the bonanza on your left, next to the wall. You can't get up the hill, just hit escape. Uh-oh, uh-oh, Godden, oh! What's going to happen? There's carnage. Fast Pete 84. Nicely done, my dude. There's Merlin Flyer. Very nice. There are no words. Rogers RC is down. Very nice. There's Jack Sorrows. Oh, nicely done, my dude. There's Gregor. Very nice. Uh-oh, uh-oh. He didn't even see who it was. The real Fizzbin. Continental Noob. Epic Fool is away again. To whom it may concern, your son has died a hero. Oh, brilliant. You can do it, Andrew. You can do it. There's plenty of spare parts here now, says Epic Fool. Absolutely. Oh god, it's just. And then there was two of them. It's carnage. There's Fly Darren. There lies Fly Darren. Well, talk about your crazy airports. Now it's Everest or bust, am I right? There are words. But they're by John Milton and are a bit dark. Paradise Lost and all that. Absolutely. Oh dear. Right. We need to restart the sim again. And then we're going to go to Everest. And there's only one machine I'm going to use for this. Now, we need to go into this screen as it loads in. And we'll put some music on in the background. So if you guys want to, I don't know, get a refreshment, a beverage of your choice, we're next going to head over to Everest. Alison says, be right back from the comfort of the duvet. Have you flown to Everest yet? Not yet. We're going there now. Botsing says, thank you all, Murphy, for the great stream and flight and crash again. I'm off to sleep. No worries, my dude. Many thanks for joining us. So I'm going to restart the sim. Shuffle Shoes John is in the house. Good to see you, dude. John Matter says, night all, won't push my luck any further. It is a little late. We're just going to do a quick flight to see can we get over Mount Everest. And I know just the aircraft for the job. Warhamster says, will it be a touch of Italian action? Or the Beast? Brett Brun says, why do you restart the sim? Just to kind of give the RAM and the GPU and the CPU just a chance to kind of refresh. The sim kind of has a bit of lag in it. There are some memory leaks. So by giving it a restart, it kind of fixes those things. It's going to get absolutely crazy now. And when I say crazy, it's going to be crazy. Keen says, were we at this airport before? No. Ryan and Matt's Gaming Channel is in the house. Good to see you, my dudes. Epic Fool says, Warhamster, Italian brothers in arms. Right, bearing in mind, you want something fast. And something that has a bit of power and something that's a bit dangerous. There's only one way to see Everest. Cyberminder says, you missed my landing, but I made it once I fixed my controls. Ah. Don't worry, we'll do it again, my dude. Medic24 Life with the donation through the super chat. Fantastic stream and some fantastic flying. Many thanks, my dude. Thank you so very, very much for the donation. Ah, cheers, my dude. Delighted that you are enjoying it. And many thanks. Darren Murphy is here. It's a C-152. Or is it? Ryan and Matt's Gaming Channel has subscribed. Many thanks, my dudes. I know just the aircraft. Oh yeah. X-Cub. You wouldn't know your luck. Hang on a second. Need to do this one. So we're just putting up the sim here in the background. We'll be with you shortly. Are we feeling it? What weather were we? Cool and crisp. Yes. Time of day. A loop. Weight and balance. As it's loading in here in the background. Alison says, I'm feeling cozy under my duvet. Eggnog is a Christmas drink, says Peter. Absolutely. I feel the need. Oh yes, sports fans, this is going to happen. You are with the Fighter Ace. Hello. We are here in an aircraft that's going to make everything very, very different, you see. It's time to boogie. Tally-ho. We know exactly how to get over this ridge and up into the mountains and fly over this Everest, whatever it is you call it. You are with the Sky Marshal, also known as Murphy, as we're going to try and take off from this death machine we call the Eurofighter. Indeed. Are we ready to give it a bash, is the question. Only good things can happen. I hope. Warhamster says, can I be called Hamster? Oh yeah. Power is full. Landing gear in. That's right, folks. You join us here, the Air Command. There is only one way to get airborne. This should be a piece of cake. Colonel Fork says, I need a red phone now. It's all happening now. We shall laugh in the direction of that landing, that airport. Oh, hang on, we have to land here. Oh dear. Captain Dodo is the name. We are, of course, in the Eurofighter Typhoon, which received yet another update. Didn't think it through, Captain Dodo. I believe he got extinct. It'll be fine. We know what we're doing, chaps. Tally-ho. Daka daka daka. It's all about the effects. It's the little things we do. God, I thought the other hat was hot. God almighty. Wing Commander Murph. Would you look at the state of it, like, do you know? Anyway, we're grand. Stay in character. Yeah, tell you how. Daka, 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 daka. The mustache is going into my mouth. Hello. Scott says, don't tell me you just have that laying around the closet. I bought it some weeks ago. I wear it on Wednesdays. Look at this thing. Mount Everest. Oh, we're coming for you. I need like a fan to be doing this. It's blowing in the distance. Hang on. That looks better. Don't crash, Murph. It's like cat hair. Ugh. My mustache is falling into my mouth on my face. Hello, Mr. Mountain. And the Fireflies are like, wait, where did he go? Oh, we have a war hamster. That literally looks like a UFO behind us. Weird. Welcome to Everest. Cat hair. What is that floating? Does anyone else see that thing? It's an optical illusion. It's the pattern on the pants. It's the pleats. This is, of course, Mount Everest, my guys. It wasn't such a chore now, was it? You see, flying over one's mountain is done relatively easy, provided you have the right tool for the job. And by tools, I mean this guy. It does look epic. It's the hypoxia. That's what it is. Nothing but hypoxia. Scotland says, it's the guy from the Blériot. Imagine if they put in Louis Blériot into a Eurofighter. And he'd be like, what the deuce? Oh no, he's French. What is this? You are trying to... No, that wasn't French. It was a good attempt. Daniel Booker says, it looks absolutely stunning. It is epic, isn't it? Captain John and Co-Pilot Pickle says, I think it's a glitch in the Matrix. It looks like a chute, yeah. As we circle around, I think the soundtrack is fitting. This, not so much. That, yes. Yes, it is. Alison says, I shall get this with the birthday pennies. Nice. Cressa says, how do you get the fighter jets? This one is available over on simmarket.com. It's the Eurofighter Typhoon. by Informatica AZ, and it's absolutely brilliant. So the one I showed you off in the stream last week, you were saying it was very shiny. This is the other updated texture work he did. And I think you'll agree, it looks so much better. Annalisa says, it's the perfect mixture of modern old style and madness. You're just missing the pet log. Colonel Fork says, if you flipped Mount Everest upside down and stuck it in the Challenger deep, there will be 2,187 meters of water between the tip of Everest and the bottom of the Challenger deep. Whoa. Into our little jet we go. Look at the state of the scenery though. Mombassa's in the house, he says, well, this is new. It's the hypoxia. This is a hallucination. Clearly we've run out of oxygen and some guy with a mustache has appeared with a hat. It's so warm in this hat. And the scarf. It's so warm. But it's okay. We'll be fine. The mustache is like putting hairs in my mouth. It's like cat hair. We'll have a hairball now in a second. And I have a trusty pipe, you see? That's a flat... I'm getting an overspeed? Oh yeah, that's pretty fast. Uh-oh. Danger! Danger! Anyway, I left it in this position. Yes, it comes with a pipe. See, to fly over one's Mount Everest, one should be able to fly in an aircraft suitable for the job. I should have got the one out of Wayne's World with the bubbles. I wonder will that work actually. Party on. It comes with the Typhoon. Daka 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 daka. Yeah, like if I had a fan blowing and I was just doing this without like choking me, it's grand. Tally-ho. So we're flying directly over Everest. And the gas thing is, we then have to land this back at Lukla. Big Shot Muffy says, are we going to land on the glacier? You can give it a shot. I don't fancy putting this thing down. Warhamster says, you disappear when I get close to you. Ooh. 90 million quid, at least they can do is throw in a free pipe. Colonel Fork says, Typhoon or wait for the Wacko? The Typhoon is a lot of fun. Don't worry about the Wacko. That'll be sorted. If you know what I mean. So we can see the other dudes with us. Now we need to get the leather jacket and the aviators. And be all Top Gun when we're flying the Spitfire. That'll really confuse them. They just won't know what to say. Cindy said, isn't it hot? It's roasting. It's like really, 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 really roasting. The things we do for the simulated horror. It is ridiculous. Oh. Wait to hear the roar. Awesome. Noah Wood says, hello, I'm in your Twitch stream. Hello. It would appear we have people trying to land on the summit. This is definitely a first for the Fireflies. I need to trim my mustache. Or my moustache. It's horrible.
Hey, good buddy.
Oh, that made it so much worse. Oh. Many thanks, lol. 03290 for the follow. Stefan Ritchie is in the house. He says, bro, you deserve way more views. Well, I appreciate that, my dude. Oh dear. Yeah, that's how it's done. Look at the colours from the glaciers and stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wondered where our cat Wendy went today. Apparently into my mouth. Oh god, it's awful. There are no words, you know me. There are no words. Now, we want something over here. Such a fun playing this one. Dara says, Murph, set her down on the summit. No, it won't work that way. Ruben says, I just scratched of a sample of Mount Everest with the citation. Nice. This is ridiculous. Richard Kyle says, is it a Typhoon? Yes. The Eurofighter Typhoon. Warhamster is appearing as a UFO. Like, what? Very strange.
Go and collect some green stamps.
Many thanks, Jamamu, for the cheer, my dude. Kind of cool, this plane. Alien Hammy, on the X-Files music. Richard Kyle says, fire the weapons. No weapons modelled. Right, so as we have thus discovered and flown over Mount Everest, it is time to report back to base. And that base being, of course, Lukla. So, as hard as it was moments ago trying to land the trusty Mooney that I have a lot of experience in, this thing, not so much. So this could be dangerous. It does look nice though, doesn't it? Steve A's in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Colonel Fork says, in the US we call typhoons hurricanes. So in a way, you're one step towards the Battle of Britain. Ah, yes. Years 19... Oh, hang on. Behave. Do one more quick lap around Everest and then we shall head back to Lukla. Warhamster says, I've just seen the same alien yoke in front of Technical. I'm telling you, there's aliens here. Agians. Oh wait, we had that one. Shh, quiet. What were you thinking of? Oh, do you know what we need to do here now? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Said no one before, ever. Annalisa? Prepare your shoes for dancing. Right, so we want to find our airport. That won't be hard. Snow boots at the minute. Bogey on your 6. Annalisa? Tally ho, tally ho. Jumps from the mountaintops into the snow. Okay, we gotta find the airport. It's on the map somewhere. Where is it? Did you ever get lost? I think it's this way. Or is it? But by Jove, I think he's done it. He's got himself lost. And I'm going to go this way and let's see what happens. If someone can find the way to Lukla, we shall follow them. Dougal says, follow you. Follow me! Don't follow me! We'll follow Dougal. Dougal knows what's happening. We gotta slow down because it'll be just like, there's Dougal. There he goes again. Master Gamer says, can't wait for the UK World update. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll go the far side of Everest here and then we'll ramble back down to Lukla. I'm probably not doing the costume or the stuff any justice. One needs to have a very clear British accent when flying in this sort of attire. And as we've been flying here over the Mount Everest, it is the Everest of all mountains. Then, as he said to him, we shall return back to Lukla. Mr. Pilot 25 says, were fighter jets added to this or just an add-on? This is a add-on, my dude. King Lefford, I'm out of here. As always, thanks for a great stream. And Walls, safe flight. Hashtag Santa Murph. You take care, my dude. Murphy, heading is 210 degrees-ish. Gotcha. Colonel Fork says the Typhoon cockpit an awful lot better. It is, it really is. Yeah, he's done fantastic work at it. Apart from the chair. The canopy he's added in glass, there's reflections now. Rain hits off it. The steps on the side. Really, really good work done. Renee says, you got this. King F says, Bear Grylls is somewhere outside. I'm following you lot. Let's see what happens. Alison says, my eyes are still open, waiting for Lukla. Let's hope it's worth it and Murphy doesn't, you know, crash. Oh, God. Do you know what I've just realised? I kind of have a bit of a stubbly mustache underneath this one. Tearing this one off is going to be... Ouch. Whoa. I've just suddenly realised that. What's your ETA? Moments. A&M Sports Fanatics. Good to see you, dude. ETA back to Lukla. A matter of minutes, couple of minutes only. This thing is capable of about 600 knots. So our speed brakes are out. We're trying to decel here. Mr. Pilot 25 says the FAA have found me. Tell you how, old boy. This is a simple landing we're going to attempt here. Back in the Eurofighter Typhoon. There shall be no challenge at all. Hashtag, we don't got this. Rip off the mustache on the live stream, please. You're gonna do what? No, no. Ah. Oh, no, it's really on there. No. This will have to be removed with some sort of ointment. For someone who didn't use a mirror. Oh, look at the state of it. Give me mouth again. Right, how's this gonna work? I'm getting nervous. We'll do a flyover first. Yeah. This could be fairly straightforward. The Secretary General has said, therefore it must be so. Oh no, don't stall, don't stall, don't stall. Ah, Murph, don't be that guy. We need power, speed and power. That was so close. $220. It ain't liking this. That was close. That was close. Right. Are we ready, sports fans? Are we going to try and put this machine down? If I crash, I rip off the mustache. If I land perfectly, I don't rip off the mustache. Deal. Murphy, for the love of pain, land this. Deal. Oh dear. Landing gear coming out. This isn't looking great, is it? We are way too high. An L track IR will be handy right now. Oh, mind the mountains. Roger, roger. We need clearance, Clarence. Oh, the reflections. The goggles do nothing. It's too fast. Right. Now, Murphy. I'm exhausted after that. Okay, runway in sight. Tally ho! What's the Typhoon minimum speed? 1,000 knots. That's what it feels like. Oh, God. If I land it perfectly, I'm safe. If I butcher it, the mustache comes off. Our speed is 157. This is going to be too fast. I'm already nervous. Careful now. Careful now. There's technical. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're too low, Coog. You're too low, Coog. You're too low, Coog. You're too low, Coog. Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to see the state. This is really gonna hurt. This is really gonna... I could literally like cry on the stream. This is like... Whoo! Gotta psych myself up, you know. Whoo! Come on! You can do this, Murph. It's not coming away. It's like... No. Whew. Right. It's going to be one rip. Oh, God, the pain. Ah! I've no mirror, but I reckon it's like... Oh, the pain. It was real. God. Hang on, where's the button? Is it red? It was sore. God, the pain. Anyway. Now my mustache is sticking to everything. Yeah. Right. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing this. Who's left to land is the question. Fast Pete. Oh dear. Cyberman Drew. Oh. Uh-oh, Cater Comet. Oh, it's just. I don't know what we can say. Any landing you can walk away from is a good one, said he. And look at the state of Murphy, like impaled on the ground there. Look. Big shot, Moffy. Sean Lego Man with the arrivals as 28. Gabriel Silvgabs. Many thanks, my dude. Oh, that was painful. There's Piat for the landing. We'll just keep the remains of Murphy here in the, right there. The poor El Divil, God love him. UD for T is here. Uh-oh. Now, I'm sure Benny P is probably in it like a fighter jet or something. Wayne Freefontaine says, you tore it off while I was on short final and turned my head and I flipped it into the mountain. Oh, fantastic. Schwarzpal is now following. Many thanks, my dude. Who be this? Jared Vark. You can do it, Jared Vark. We're all counting on you. Nicely done, ish. And he's okay. Ryan says, worth staying awake for the ending. Best laugh of the week so far. Many thanks, my dude. Peter Fastbeat84 says, cheers, Murph. Great crack. Oh no, answered brush. It's okay, we can be crash buddies. Oh, epic. Epic fool. That is indeed how you land the Eurofighter. Upside down and in a pleshka. Oh, it's tarnished. There are no more words, like eject upside down. Eject whilst inverted. Yeah. It's the Irish edition of the Eurofighter. We park them upside down to confuse the enemy. Oh, God. We'll have to visit Murphy here every year. Yeah. Here lies Two-Tone, the big Egypt. TTV is in. What's going to happen here? Anything, says you. Very nice. Dougal McTavish, he's made it, ladies and gentlemen. He has redeemed himself by landing. The tombstone has a big mustache on it. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. At least the emergency flashes work. I know, right? Nicely done, Gregor. Look at my plane. It's like, it's sinking. I'm sinking. It's actually sinking. Andrew Hill is down. Nicely done, my dude. HCBR, the Eurofighter. Away he goes. WB 1990 made it. Excellent stuff. There's Rogers RC. Nice one, my dude. Massacre on the hillside. Monkey says, I need to tell for the sweat I lost landing that. Oh. Well, friends, there we have it. I even ripped off my mustache. It doesn't look quite the same. That was absolutely fantastic fun. Congratulations to all for the amazing, amazing landings. As we try to control the camera, as we get a bit of a view on our closing screen. That'll do. So I want to thank you all very, very much for joining along. That was epic. I'm roasting in this thing. The heat is real. With my scarf. And me, don't forget me thing. Tally ho, Daka, and take care. Indeed. So a big shout out to all the new people who joined us tonight. Thank you very much. To all our co-pilots, our flight crew and pilots in command. My thanks as always. Big shout out to our team of moderators. Thank you also very much for everyone flying with us and for everyone else here in the chat watching us, keeping us all entertained. Many, many thanks. It's always a fun night with you guys joining in for the live streams. We shall be back on Friday with more flying, maybe less costume and more flying. We shall see. But I want to say thank you to one and all. Good night. Stay safe, if I can speak. It's getting close to Christmas and the weekend. And look after each other. Thanks so much, guys. Good night. I need a cream for me mustache. It's sore.
you.